A very happy morning, students. So in this video we are again going to discuss the chapter whole number. In previous video we have discussed what is a natural number, what is whole number, how to find out that if a particular digit is being told in the question, how to find out that how many times that digit is occurring between two given intervals. So that type of questions we have discussed. Now in this video we will discuss to represent the numbers on number line, to represent whole numbers on a number line. Now before starting this one, as we know that whole numbers starts from 0, so right now you can see at my back I have drawn one ray. Actually it's a ray where any point is there and it is moving on other direction. You remember whole number starts from 0. The smallest whole number is 0, that means 0 is the initial point. But if somebody asks that what is the largest whole number, it is difficult to find out because it is going on and we don't know where it is going to stop. So that is why I have drawn a ray basically to represent the whole number. The beginning one is O, 0. You can say this naming I have just given, it is O here. So I am marking it like 0. Now, what will be our work? To make equal intervals and to just give some names, as well as we will also write the values with that. Suppose I am making few intervals here. 1, 2, but you just, whenever you are making, be very careful that you are using the ruler or compass or divider so that the equal gap should be maintained. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Suppose 7 intervals I have made here. Now I am going to give the names here. So this was suppose O, its value is 0. A, B, C, D, E, F and G. I have just given the names, and now what I am going to do, I am also going to write the numbers according to the interval. Suppose if this is the beginning and it is 0, obviously the next one will be 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. So it will start like that. So after 0 it is coming like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it will go on. Now why I have written these letters? Because if the question comes that represent 4 on number line. So you see here, just above 4, I have written a letter D. So what you will do? You will draw the number line, you will write the numbers and you will give the name also. And what you will write here in the answer? D represents 4 on the number line. So this is the work what we have to do. If any such type of question comes that represent a particular number on the number line, this is what we are going to do. We have to draw a number line, we have to write the numbers with equal interval, and then we have to denote the that alphabets. Same work I have given here. Like if the question comes like represent 4 on the number line, this one we have done. Similarly, it may also ask represent 7 on the number line. So you can write G. You can see G. Here it is 7. So you can write down that G represents 7 on the number line. So in this way, if the question comes, you can represent the numbers on the number line. Obviously for the number line the small numbers will be given. You won't get the numbers like 100, 200. But then also if the bigger numbers are there, you have to keep a small thing in mind. What is that? Whenever we are moving toward right side, you see, when we are moving toward right side, numbers are increasing. So suppose you have to draw 101, 102. So you can start from 0, make some break, and then 100, 101, 102, like this you can continue. So it is up to you, you can go with that. Now when we are talking about the right side and left side, you see, when we are moving toward right side, numbers are increasing. But On the other side, when we are coming to the left side, the numbers are decreasing. You see here, suppose if I mark 4 here, okay, see on the right side, all are greater than 4. Now see on the left side, all are less than 4. So on the number line, the left side number represents the lower number, smaller number, and right side represents the higher number. Okay, so this is one thing which you have to keep in mind. Now, suppose the question comes about finding of successors or finding of predecessors, what you have to do. For finding of successors, you have to do +1, because succession is what? What is coming just after that? What is the successor of 1? 2. What is the successor of 2? It is 3. What is successor of 3? It is 4. You can see, because just after 3, 4 is coming, after 4, 5 is coming. So 5 is the successor of 4, 6 is the successor of 5. So this is the thing, when the number is, when you have to find out the next number, that is the successor, and predecessor which has come just before that. So what is the predecessor of 4? It is 3. What is the predecessor of 3? It is 2. That means what we have to do? For successor, we have to do +1. We have to move one step further. And for predecessor, we have to come back one step. So predecessor, one step behind, and successor, one step forward. Suppose I am giving one small question. The number is 472. Okay, this number is written. And the question is, write down the successor of 472. Very easy. The next number, 473. So what you can write down? 473 is the successor of 472. Or you can also make the column of successor and write the number. That also you can do. So 472, the successor is 473. Similarly, if someone asks what is the predecessor, means one just before, I am writing one number. Suppose the number is 500 and somebody tell us to find out the predecessor of 500. So what is coming just before 500? Think. 499. So predecessor of 500 is 499. So what is your work? For successor you have to do +1, and for predecessor you have to do -1. Okay. So in this video we have discussed how to represent the whole numbers on number line, how to represent a particular number here, how to find out the successor, and how to find out the predecessor. I hope the concept is clear to you. Thank you so much, and please solve all the questions related to this in your notebook. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.